Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jaga, and well, it's time for soyny. Oh man, it took me so long. But well, a lot of people spoke about this. So let's just do a quick summary from all the nonsense that, well, Sony has been doing over the last week. So Endymion shared his mind that they are just this fucking brain dead far left lunatics keeps attacking him for, well, say, there were rumors claiming it was true, but well, those rumors actually ended up being truth to a certain degree. And especially, he also pointed out at Soyny with Goso Yore. And let's look, since if I search Sony DI, we have Fred. Re- Reading Sony wants to double down on DEI, but this one, for many, grams, shared this on September 26. Sony PlayStation leans into major DEI effort as they ramp up DEI department hiring. It's like they had enough with Concord. They still want to double down on Concord. In a time when companies are shedding these toxic programs, Sony is looking for more stars to embed on creative teams, interviewing teams that aren't hiring and not based on quota, unlawful in the US. Hire for merit, not quota. As you can see, in United Kingdom, London, the AI specialists. And when they keep hiring the same fucking brain dead motherfuckers, they are just going to rebrand it as something else. Just like Kirche said about Bridge. And this one shared by Credutus. But the female protagonist in Tennis Gotham Gate is not because of the reason. Below we have Sony Lares corporate report, released yesterday. This is from September 29. So it was released on September 28. Below we have Sony Lares corporate report released yesterday. The signs are there. Don't be surprised if you discover things about this game in the future. Exactly. Fucking exactly. We have pattern recognition. And well, since we are still shitting on fucking Soyny, well, I need to remind people that not only they own video game, well, they don't have their own gaming platform. Now they own the monopoly of anime and manga being broadcasted to the West. And of course, they add censorship and localize. Very bad. They do this malicious translations. Well, this want to content translation now. It's localization. And people understand perfectly. The problem situation is that you are unable to accept the facts for what it is. Vandalism is a language you don't understand. Shit. Every single time. As a Japanese, I can testify manga version translation is more correct than anime version. There is no gender related term in Japanese original text. Therefore, mansplaining, yeah, they added the shit mansplaining. Yeah. And then Seven Seas apologized for intentional English mistranslation. This is just another instance. I know this is not completely related to Sony. The ones that we know are related is all that came from Funimation, like Kobayashi no Maid Dragon, with Lukoa saying some feminist bullshit in the first season. But again, Sony now owns anime for the most part. And this, I have to say, even this is at fault of Japan itself because they refuse to make their own infrastructure to do the translation themselves and be themselves that are the ones broadcasting this to other countries. You know, since it's again it's a service, then why the fuck you're not doing it yourself? Why you do still want to do business with Soyny? But well, going back to the main fucking devil that shut the pants. So this is from October 1st. So Sony executives not happy with initial Ghost of Yori response, and developers were blindsided with new female character. Oh man. So this is again from the same video as Endymion, and one of these points that were highlighted, he said that people at mid-levels of Sony were actually confused when Yori was announced because they were under the impression that Jin Sakai will be getting a sequel. When you know it's bad when even the executives were expecting give us a sequel from him. Why are not doing another sequel with Sakai Jin? And someone pointed out that probably they want to go the Assassin's Creed route, doing the copy paste sort of Assassin's Creed. For one part, I not mind that much since if they did something good like the first one, okay, just keep doing it right, just like what Ubisoft did when they were Ubisoft with the Ezio trilogy. But that's not the case because, well, Endymion also shared, and they are not happy at all when it comes to the response of that game, either internally at Sony right now. Yeah, the developers. I bet they. Well, I saw a post. That post was on Facebook. They showcased who were the developers at Soccer Punch that were praised by the Japanese. They were all white dudes at Soccer Punch Developer Studio. And now it's just the poisonous green hair women. And you know that's the kiss of death. The poisonous kiss of death that will cause you a lot of pain until you pass away. It's another one. So this is where comments people say commenting on this. Are you sure this course will be with your Tarian journey? Course of what the best has yet to stick with. This was they can tell lots of different stories from different eras, showing pretty cool characters. Now there is a flaw in that last part. We saw who was mock-up for the protagonist, and is just a far left lunatic zealot. Even if you have a Japanese person other than this woman that is just not only giving her face, also her voice, she just going constant rampants on social media, cheating on men, and of course, blocking people like Grumps or Kabrurus without even engaging. They just notice it. Hey, I'm blocked by this person. As soon as the information came out that her was the fucking protagonist of the new Ghost of games, and all the fucking lunacy she expressed on social media is not expected, and we are not even at the last part here. So rumor. Ghost of Yori to be delayed to 26 after abandoning Ghost of Tsushima. So you can guess there is a lot of problems. I wouldn't say 26, even to the 27. Just like all these DER hires that can't even code properly. Just an example that's fucking Concord. Or even someone have the talent to actually put decent content there. Why would they do that when they have these DEI zealots cheating on them precisely because, well, they are competent compared to these fucking idiots, and they will get constantly harassed. Harassment by constantly being falsely reported to the HR department. That's actually harassment. Being constantly reported for what? Because you are a bitch snowflake that at every single l- mild criticism, you are going to cry, screech, kick the table. and go cry to HR to get that person fired. While also, what that person gets fired, you are still going to stalk him on his social media for what? To make him not being able to work again in another place that actually appreciate his efforts because he's competent. Ah man, I can rant a lot, but well, even we have to cover this. A rumor claims that Sony and Sucker Punch Productions recently announced, yeah, we read that Ghost of Yotei game will be delayed at least 26. Sony announced Ghost of Yotei during the most recent PlayStation state after the fucking disaster of fucking Concord. $400 million loss! GTA 5 costed less than that. Ah, it's funny how these AAA developments, these fucking projects, keep increasing in money, but they shrink it in content, and also what also got inflated in the cost of development is the price and the fucking box that comes along with. Let's continue. Soccer Park Productions. Come on, man. Come on, Tag Park Place. Please. Senior Communication Manager Andrew Goldfarb declared to the PlayStation blog, "We are forever grateful for the success of Ghost of Tsushima, and we can't wait for you all to experience Ghost of Yotei in 25." A little over a week since that announcement, a new rumor from YouTuber Andy Mion claims the game will likely be delayed until 26. He shared, "I was also told to not expect Ghost of Yotei in 25 at all. Apparently the game's nowhere near being done. But it's a very slim chance that this game actually released in 25. It could be very easily fall into 26. But you're getting your hopes up for it coming out next year. Probably don't do that." Every source that I spoke to say that they full expect a delay at some point to be announced. He added, "Just like we fucking conquer, and 8 years just to die in 8 days." Early in his video, he shared that Sucker Punch was originally working on a sequel of Ghost of Tsushima and not Yore. Even if you could have introduced new characters in Jin Sakai, and Jin could actually be the one inspiring the other characters to be like him. And I have to say, something. I think this is even covered in this article. They are going to pull at The Last of Us 2, an angry lesbian sort of shit show. Oh man. He said, "I was told that the original Yote was not the original game idea at all. It was actually Ghost of Tsushima 2 starring Jin Sakai. But sometime during development, the game was halted and then completely changed in vision. This Atsu character we see was not originally decided to be the main character of this game." Ah man, just like fucking Ubisoft when this dude also said that actually, well, I think I covered it already. Where Ubisoft, the fucking Yasuke main protagonist, despite that they were already a Japanese white guy as the main character, and they were going back to the roots, just like the first Assassin's Creed game with the artifacts, only to be scrapped because they wanted to cash on. Well, I don't mean cash. Story at Virtus Signal with George Floyd. And when soon that was said, everyone keep pointed out even harder how the resemblance of Saint George of Fentanyl that caused so much problems in the summer of love of 2020 resembles Yasuke and vice versa. The comparisons they were there and just like, well, they really love to mock up fucking criminals and fucking ugly people. But sure, they claim, we couldn't come mock up this beautiful lady. It's impossible with the current technology. And you're like, just shut the fuck up. You fool no one other than yourself. Moving on. And apparently, according to my sources, Yoti's works and designs are largely based on the assets that they were being used while making Tsushima 2. Apparently, work began in Tsushima 2 around 2 months and after the official sales data came through on the first game's success. And Dimion then shared that the reason why Yoder will give the legend is due to the change his vision. Just like with fucking Ascrit Shadows. These changes from Tsushima 2 to Jode happened started within the last year, so the entire vision of the project has been changed. He added the era of placing the game 300 years into the future from Tsushima's story was decided because it would be more believable in Sucker Punch internal tanks for the game to start a woman at that point instead. You're like, what the fuck? Oh man, they still want to in the search of the boss bitch. Well, at the start of the video, they are doubling down on DEI. Later in his video, Andy also relate. I'm told Jorei was maybe smaller than the original Tsushima because of the development problem behind the scenes. I wonder, will be the hires? Ah, yeah, that's highly probable. And the fact that they sidelining Jin Sakai for the new Atsuhiro instead. This led to a lot of asset flips and the story changing. But the core idea of Jin being hunted by Ronin was kept, but of course he was replaced by Atsu instead. He also shared that Yorei is also allegedly being developed as a cross-gen game for PS5 and PlayStation 4 because Sucker Punch and Sony are worried that the game won't sell if it's not available to a large install base. Ah, also in the process, it just confirms that fucking PC Station 5, Peace Nichols has no games. It eventually will come to PC with that fucking ugly ass PC Station network requirement. One game. I don't know why. Oh man, they double down on failure and they know it. So they say, no, release it for one console. We can't afford to lose more money into this. Even I have to say, it's hilarious how even PC Station 4 keeps receiving video games, even if they are not like such as what is it like the Black Myth Wukong, Space Marines 2. Well, they say no, release that on PC Station 4. We can't afford to lose money on that. Oh man, it's just hilarious to me. Finally, Endymion revealed that his sources informed him that the project could be scaled down depending on the public's reception. I think everyone notices this. Pattern recognition. Even if you're putting a female protagonist, you did the obvious red flags by hiring someone that is a far-left lunatic to mock up the game and, of course, be the protagonist in all these fucking projects. And then the blocking, and of course, the ex soyny CEO say that if you don't like it, don't buy it. And you're like, well, congratulations. He stated, as I was also taught, if justice reception does not improve, does not this could scale again back in terms of scope and resources. If Sony starts to notice the public opinion on this game is not changing for the better, it's not going to change for the better. No, after what we already have seen over the last days. They opt for a smaller overall content package, which, well, at least it's the only intelligent statement that I give into that. And since we are doubling down on failure, and of course, that failure is just r- received with negative reception. Yeah, let's just cut up content at all. Sell this again, once again, at $70. Just like they love inflating the price of the fucking slop. And, well, call it a day. We can't afford to lose more resources after what happened with fucking Concord. And, well, That's all. At this point, this should be the most relevant part. Or, well, maybe not. I thought I ended, but no, that's not the case. Of note, Goldberg did share on the PlayStation blog the reason why Soccer Punch chose to abandon Jin Sakai's story. He stated, "We also wanted to continue to innovate. Create something fresh but familiar. We look at beyond Jin Sakai's story and the island of Tsushima and shifted our focus to the idea of Ghost of instead. Again, if we were trying to do a Nexio franchise or what sort of sequel, totally that was not the best mentality because even Altair in the Assassin's Creed 2 got referenced a lot. At Sucker Punch, we love origin stories, and we wanted to explore what it could mean to have a new hero wearing a ghost mark and uncovering a new legend. So again, you just want to do the copy paste printing of Assassin's Creed formula. I think in one part, well, since they offered, I'm not going to know that they offered decent content with Ghost of Tsushima. They could do that, but again, it's just a double-edged sword because, well, you are going to burn out your franchise faster. If you do like fucking Ubisoft did with release of a new title every single year, every new ass created every single year, and well, that is Merc. They figured that out. When we started working on the sequel, yeah, we read that. We have massive sidelines that let you look for across the environment. Whole new skies featuring twinkling stars and auroras. Even more believable movement from wind on grass and vegetations. And more improvements will share in the future. You only talked about the environment. You didn't talk about the gameplay. If the stealth combat, the action combat. Oh man, yeah. At this point, I should end this video here. Yeah, they're just doubling down on failure, so I need just fuck, and they deserve it. But anyway, that's all. I appreciate your love if you stick it at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and please take care.